Good afternoon. Today I want to start some seeds in the raised beds that I just put together. And I'm noticing some weird stuff going on with the corn and the broccoli that I have had planted here. Not sure if it's a squirrel eating it or a bunny. I know we have bunnies, or, I shudder to think that it's a rat. But the whole corn cob's been just eaten down. It's very weird. Kind of like shredded. Anyway, we do have all kinds of critters here. We're in the very close to nature, right on the edge of it, and surrounded by it completely. So whatever I can grow is a blessing, and I just try to grow what I can. And so I'm definitely going to pull the broccoli that is not making it. And I'm going to maybe plant some green beans in there, but I have a feeling they will also disappear to critters if I don't put a net around the outside of the bed, which I may end up doing here today or not today. So I need to run irrigation to the raised beds, and I want to get those planted. That's definitely, I'm going to get to that today, and we'll see what else I can get to. So here's the corn, and as you see, the corn cobs that are low enough for a bunny, perhaps, to get have been completely stripped of their kernels. And then I thought it was weird that this cilantro right in the middle was broken off pretty high, but maybe I did that. I don't know. But the broccoli is just not happening. It was doing really well until the bunnies found it. And I see some other corns that are falling over in there. So I know I have chicken wire in the bottom of that bed. So I don't think anything's getting to it from absolutely underneath, but maybe somebody's getting in there and then burrowing around. Anyway, and then the rest of this bed is pretty much ready to pull. There are some onions in here. I'll leave the onions, but the cilantro has bolted, and there's a tomato in here, and cilantro's done. The fava bean here has been a great host plant for aphids, but I see new starts coming of it on the bottom. I'll just cut it back. So if I get to that, great. If not, that will happen another day, and I need to hedge trim the ivy along there. So you can't even walk back there anymore. And I really should pull this mustard that's there, and these radishes. This whole area is a weed that's taken over. But this bed is doing fairly well. This side seems to be doing fine. The basil is happy. And then this side, I don't know what happened. This drip line just doesn't seem to be dripping. I have one tiny basil plant that's already bolting. It's a Thai basil. So I'm going to maybe add another line of drip in here. And then this tomato, these are compost tomatoes, and they are doing phenomenally. They've planted themselves there, and all I have done is put irrigation in there, and I just have to keep cutting it back. That's what I have to keep doing for it. So that's what I'm thinking there. I may do garlic. I may start my garlic in here because I don't think bunnies and squirrels will bother the garlic. That's a thought. All right, but today these veggie beds, these raised beds is what I want to tackle first. I went ahead and put a landscape fabric in here and filled it with raised bed mix, and I think it was maybe even potting soil. Some potting soil and some raised bed mix, just whatever I had. And I ran in both corners, I ran a line through the corner, and then down and out, and I'll hook it in to the bottom where I'll have to bring a supply line over to these and then hook into it like I did when I did the potato pots here. So this comes out the top, and well, it goes out the bottom, you can't see it. And then this whole mess of plants here, I actually have a volunteer kind of dragon fruit tree starting right there. This I use for yard trash, like green waste, within the veggie beds. And then the other pots are just being stored here, so I'll probably take the time now to finally relocate them somewhere better. So, hoping to clean this up. There's a weed right there. Hoping to clean this up a little bit, get it looking and functioning a little bit better. So we have our potato project here. This one's actually almost ready to harvest. When they start turning yellow and brown, they're ready to go. And then this one, I dug around in here the other day and I did see some sprouts starting to come up. So though it doesn't look like anything's happening, there are potatoes starting in there. And there's a supply line here that goes to them. So what I think I'm going to do is tee off of that with another supply line and go around the back and tag into the 2 veggie beds that way using a 1/4 inch barb tee. Because I love 1/4 inch so much. I moved a few things. We're just hanging onto this umbrella stand because someday we will put a table back right here. So I moved this pitaya dragon fruit here, and I noticed that there was a tiny little start on the other one. You can barely see it, it's right there. So I know this one's certainly getting more sun right now. Maybe I need to move that one, but I gotta leave room for the trash can. But, so for now, maybe I won't tie those in today. Pitaya need very little water. They say water it once a week, pitaya or dragon fruit. And I indeed have not watered those at all. And it is much happier now than it was in a place where it was getting full sun and water. So go figure. I'll just try to maybe water them by hand for now. But I've run this now from that line coming around the back of this potato pot. And then somewhere here, somewhere, we have a line coming out. There it is. So I'm going to tie into this. And I'm going to do a T again because this is going to continue on past this bed to the next bed and give it water. And then the line continues along behind here. And find this one and tie it in, and then come back and do the drip lines through here. And I think I'm going to do extra because some of them in these beds just don't seem to be doing very well, so do extra this time. Okay, I'm going to plant. I have 3 kinds of broccoli. I have a Romanesco broccoli I really want to try. The bunnies ate it, so I didn't get to see it. Brussels sprouts, I know bunnies eat. Burgundy broccoli, that looks fun. This is a calabrese broccoli. And then these are the saffron crocus bulbs, and there are 10 of them. So I'm going to plant all 10 of them for sure. How many? 2, 4 times 3, I have 12 spots. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. Broccoli, I think, toward the back because it's taller. Crocuses are shorter. It says to plant these 3 inches deep. That's what a crocus bulb looks like. So I'm going to go right under the irrigation and just go down. I'm going to put 2 per emitter, so that'll take 8. 1 on either side of the emitter. Oh, forgot my biotone. I'm going to water all this in so this will get washed down. Okay, I think the tallest is going to be this. 1/4 inch deep, 5 to 10 days to emerge. Well, this is a monster. Okay, well, in an effort to keep the whatever it is from eating them, this one at least was very low, so decided to pick it. And you can see there's uneven kernel coverage, so that means that each floss didn't get pollinated. But, you know, that's pretty darn good. Let's check this one out. This one's smaller. I think the bunnies have been eating the floss, so that's why these lower ones aren't going to be as successful as the higher ones. Yeah, see, bunnies ate a bunch of the floss, so we didn't get very good coverage. But, you know, that's some corn. Okay, well, I pulled the broccoli, I pulled the corn that had been eaten, and I'm going to go in with garlic and shallots because those don't seem to be being bothered. And then there's a lot of tomato in here. We're just going to leave it and eat them as they come because they're great tomatoes. Shallots, you just place them in the soil like a regular bulb. Look at this beautiful rose. This is the Claire Austin Climb Rose. Cover this area. Well, I'm going to call it a day. I've got a lot of to deal with, but really nowhere to put it. So I'm going to see if it'll settle and dry out a little bit and become a little smaller over the next couple days. And I pulled the corn that was bad, or that had been eaten by, well, I don't know if it's a bunny or a squirrel or a rat. And then I cut back, and now we have a path. I can go all the way around here now. So that's nice. You want to be able to do it. You want to go all the way around. So came in back here and put shallots in and garlic. And I put shallots and garlic in this bed. And leaving tomatoes. Tomatoes are very happy. And there's a few cilantros down there that haven't bolted that we are still eating some of. And there's some basil over there that looks terrible, but I'm just going to leave it for now. And then I cut back the fava beans. They are a great host plant for aphids. And I like the flowers, or I like to eat the flowers. I do not like having to eat fava beans themselves, boiling them and shelling them and all that. So we don't grow them to eat the beans. But I'm hoping that's close enough to what I planted over there in the raised beds, which is the different types of broccoli and the Brussels sprouts. So these are all planted up with broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and the, what is that called? Saffron crocus. So these got planted, irrigation done and planted, and then I ran a new line where it didn't seem to be watering, put another one in, planted the garlic in that area. And the other thing, we have these two now. One pitaya, what is that called? Dragon fruit. Another dragon fruit starting there. So they don't look like much, but some dragon fruit started there. So this whole area, if you ignore the mess that I haven't cleaned up yet, because I'm tired, but it's considerably better off than it was in the beginning of the day. So call it a day there. That's going to do it for me for today. That actually was a lot of work, pulling all those, the mustard and the radish, and then cutting back the ivy. That was a lot of work, and then getting it all into trash cans. So gonna go rest and call it a day, and it just feels good to have this area kind of tidied up and turned over into a new set of crops. and for fall, or autumn, as you may call it. And I'm not I had planned maybe to do a structure with deer net and bamboo poles, but I'm not going to do that this year. I think what I'm going to just continue to do is build this bed up higher, because it can be higher, and then bunnies at least won't be able to get in it. And it was higher, and then we came through and mulched a couple inches, and then it made it look like it was shallower, shorter, when it, you know, it makes it look like there's like 2 inches. But it's not. It goes down, you know, 8 inches. So next year we will do better, but at least I have it turned over for fall, and we'll get some new crops out of it in the cooler season here. And I'm going to call it a day there and go rest, and I will catch up with you next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.